What's that? You're not made by AI? Let me replace you real quick. There you go. AI human. I need AI human to be concerned about empty AI fridge. And you might ask, but I hate AI. How dare you, Guru Next, actually use the damn thing? No. No human. How dare you ask questions like that? Let me show you why. Empty fridge. Do you see? The fridge is not actually empty. It fails the definition. It's filled with watermarks. Get the fuck out of here. There's no way out. It's so painful out there to be a poor person. But at the same time, this is literally a middle finger equivalent to all the poor people of like, well, there is an image, but we don't want you to use it. We just want to get your money. In case you have money, give me money, okay, buddy? To all the poor people, it's middle finger, but even to rich people, it's middle finger. It's just pure greed. No one's supposed to pay the absorbent amount of money. Do you know what the amount of money they charge for these fucking stock photos? Too much every time. So I'm pretty sure we're gonna see some pretty big number here. 19 euros for a fucking PNG. Like, what are we talking about, dude? That's what it is. It's just greed everywhere. In case you're wondering why life sucks, is because people still hate AI, technically. Alright? People still pose as rich people, but they also allow greed to fester everywhere. Empty fridge. Empty fridge. Oh, I can't wait to find one. It's a mythical creature like a unicorn. I'm literally uploading this video and I'm like, shit, I forgot the empty fridge. Motherfuckers. I don't even know what thumbnail I want most of the time. These are the most complicated to make. You can't just take a screenshot of something. You have to find the damn thing, you know? So here we are. I have to redo the entire video because frustration, and frustration comes from, you know, poverty. The only other way out, I mean, improvise with whatever you have that doesn't have watermarks. Filter out certain websites that do have watermarks. Technically, that's the best shot you have. Any website that is not using watermarks gets to pass. Anything that is using watermarks, you type in minus website. You gotta kill that shit. Yeah, you type in minus website in the minus Alamy. Get that shit out of here. There might still be a way, but that's the fucking point. Skill issue. A lot of the times, even right now, what I'm complaining about could just be a skill issue in just disguise, right? And AI, even AI has trouble serving the skill issue solutions, bro. I wish it was that easy, bro. I wish AI would actually solve the thumbnail without me needing to use AI to begin with, right? But I found myself in this shithole. Here's me LARPing. Literally Penguin Zero, a guy who doesn't put thumbnails, because again, making thumbnails is pretty hard. Why would you bother, right? But you should. How can you just stand on your moral high ground where you can't even make thumbnails properly? Right? Well, people like clicking on my face because my face represents morality and everything. It's like, damn. Beautiful stuff. It is technically 1 second decision of like, yeah, this guy's moral. Yeah. Except he's not. Being lazy in general is not morality. Rich people have access to service. You should pay people to make thumbnails for you. I can't do that. If you want to do it for extremely cheap or just for the chance of success, if you help me push my channel to success with your thumbnails alone, congratulations, I'll share a cut. No big deal, right? If you shit out thumbnails left and right and it's not a big deal for you, and you don't look at it as a job, you can help me out. Especially if you have a fucking human heart and you want to help people reach information about these important topics, right? You can help me out. But very likely, I do not have access to service because I am poor. You know, you spawn poor, you spawn in the world of pain. Good luck, buddy. These are the resources we're going to talk about. We have to get to that point, though. All right, let's begin. Bro, I can't believe they actually do have a comeback, these Americans, and they do it all the time. The moment they heard that Europeans don't have air conditioners, they lost their shit. School shootings, you guys die because you don't have air conditioners. So there is a benefit from looting all the other countries, isn't it? It seems so. Every culture is different, and they have different pitfalls. You can tell. We didn't escape the wrath of Americans, after all. Capitalism explains different poverty. Yes, I'm referring to this video because in this video opener is, what is the comeback to school shootings? And apparently, air conditioner is the comeback that people are using right now. We didn't escape the wrath of Americans, after all. Capitalism explains different poverties. And as you can tell, poverty can kill you. It's not a laughing matter. I mean, that's the whole point. You run out of food, you die. Poverty. Hashtag poverty, guys. I talked about rich versus poor, and how poor is supposed to use technology to escape poverty. Very obvious stuff, really. Be tech savvy, buy technology that saves you money. Every bit of money counts towards opening up new opportunities, investing in yourself, and feeling safe. Contrary, we have rich people. There's not a lot of them, but they're very present in our society. They capture a lot of attention. And a lot of people actually want to pretend that they're rich. They get trapped in their delusional ecosystem of role-playing as rich people. That's not a safe idea at all. Yeah, a lot of people love pretending to be rich, which in turn is delusional and very expensive. You don't want to be trapped in rich people's ideology. You don't want to soak in that. When you're poor, you're supposed to work with other people. That's how a poor person can get completely shredded when he gets best of both hells, basically. Can a rich person roleplay as a poor person and also get best of both hells? I think it's possible. But now that I think of it, it's like not happening. So many people just like that I get to grow up side by side. They just shoot up into making families. Everything is so happy for them. They have crystal clean lives and everything. And I'm like, what the fuck happened to me though? Where do these guys go? We were never bonded in any way, right? To help each other in any way. It's so fast. Everyone is fighting for themselves. Just another capitalism bullshit. But that's technically where poverty comes from. Is because we open these like cracks of individualism. Basically, everyone has a list of tasks they have to do called get money. It's a very long list of tasks, and try not to lose it, basically, when you get it, because that's going to keep you alive. Yeah. Now, there's one thing I want to say. I actually don't know how deep it is, but the faster I'm trying to go, the more I'm realizing there is no way to become rich. The faster I go, the less I can actually experience in life if I was to think that I have to reach richness to experience life in general, right? There's so many things I cannot buy, I cannot taste, I cannot travel. There is no speed at which you can improve yourself to become a rich person. That's not how it works. Self-improvement will not get you to be rich. Ever. Becoming rich is simply impossible. Unless that's all you want to do. Then sure. If all you want to do is kick poverty in the ass desperately and you have a perfectly clean plan on how to do it, good luck. Alright? It sure is possible. But it's not under self-improvement strategy, right? Because self-improvement would literally strip you away from things like having children. Like, that's what it's like to be a rich person. You can have a child anytime. But you have to strip away all of these unnecessary things, all of the luxuries. Like, it's impossible. Why would you even try to be rich? Because you're stripping away, you're not gonna buy bullshit rich things. You're not gonna roleplay as a rich person. There's nothing there anyways. Even if you have a lot of money in your bank account, the best thing you can do is buy yourself a house. And even that is not the actual best technology, technically, to escape bad feelings. Sometimes you actually want to live with other people just because they get to be in front lines. They get to be chosen as targets while you move on. Nothing happened. You don't want to stand out because poor people might actually try to rob your house at some point. You need security too. Like now that you're rich, you need to constantly spend money to protect yourself. or something. Like it gets weird. There's no clear solution to becoming rich, and I will never promote that on my channel. The best thing you can do is adopt technology to the point where you're not poor. That's the real way out. To not be poor. But, of course, if rich people give you something, that's great. That's a wonderful level of charity. Women tend to lean towards like relationships that help them out financially. That's where they all disappear. They're making families, but they love being housewives. That's their ultimate dream. Yeah. I cannot talk. I hope Geo is watching, despite blocking me. Wait, she's golden now. Yuck. To. Just because there's one requirement, right? These fuckers, they open the doors to like anything ever. And delusion makes them, waste those opportunities while poor people are left salivating and eventually delusionally pretending to be rich. Just to simulate some kind of vanity response. Pretend to be as attractive and as happy. Some countries can't. It's so annoying to see all these, like, fanboys of rich people. A lot of YouTubers who have succeeded, especially 10 years ago, they're rich. And they have easy jobs to some extent. Don't worry about those people. Alright? And they can be greedy and start leeching money. And you won't be able to stop them. Because you're still a fanboy to some extent. You cannot get outraged that easily. And capitalism takes advantage of that. You don't know how to cancel people. Poor people only know how to attack other poor people. That's it. And it's fucking devastating. Because the funny way out, the conclusion of the video is going to be friendship. Friendship is the way out. And if you are anti-friendly, that's it. You're creating poverty. Congratulations. Even like juice out a single rich person. But a lot of countries tend to, converge their wealth into one place anyways. They have their capitals, they have their cities. Everything exists on a hierarchy, right? It gets split. Is this the fire element, by the way? No. That would be air, actually. Well, then it doesn't work for me. Alright, let's start listing poverties. This episode is inspired by my ex because we double broke up. It's fascinating. She saw the episode. She checked out. She knows where to find me. And still chose to be unreachable. Throw a teenage tantrum. Yes. Will destroy you. Being unreachable just for like petty reasons. It really felt like she was searching for a way to blame me and find this ultimate exit strategy. Take a dump. Of like, I'm not respecting from just my attention. Oh no, my attention is so destructive to her life. What the fuck is going on with her? Alright? Why can't I just have a person in my life to be able to talk to from time to time? I felt the need. I felt like that shit is missing in my life. That would be so amazing to have a person like that. And it's not there. People love being poor. They're hard enough or whatever. And it's like, get out of here. A lot of people tend to take offense that I don't have a job. Like every normal person, so to speak, right? But the reality is, what are you offended about? I have time. I can spend time for you. I can talk to you. Honestly. I can spend a lot of time dedicated to certain topics, certain moral dilemmas or whatever. And if you don't actually see it as a resource that's actually valuable, and you trash me for not being enslaved like everyone else, yes, you're pretty evil, actually. So, she got double broken up with. Double breakup, guys. Wow. I didn't thought that was possible. First, I break up a relationship that was fairly close, and then I break up a relationship where she, like, gets very frustrated just to receive attention from me. That is fascinating stuff. And actually, her best excuse is that I have too much time on my hands. At least I'm not poor in one fucking way. One way. Everything else, I'm drowning in poverty, if anything. Right? Of course, I'm not stupid. I have skills, too. So, plus, I have time on my hands, and I generally have skills and know where to put my time. Thank you very much. A lot of people do, in fact, receive time poverty, and they pretend that they can still be rich. Without time, it's fine. They can still roleplay as rich people. Why would... What? You're a fucking loser. That's the whole fucking point. To become rich is to earn a lot of time for yourself, a lot of freedom, to not think about money at all. Just be free flow across the world without any worries. That's what it's like to be rich. What are you talking about? If you don't have time, you cannot roleplay as a rich person. I can roleplay as a rich person, to be honest. Because I do have it. That's the funny thing. So people being jealous about it, it's literally the core of what you need. So the ultimate goal of what you need in life in general is time. Yes, I often look at it as jealousy of like, wow, I have time. You don't like my time? I cannot give you any of my time. You don't like my attention? What are you talking about? I love receiving a single fucking view on my video, on my YouTube video, and I can't do the same thing to you. That is unbelievable to me. That people don't actually value time if they don't value other people's time, other people's attention, and other people's care. You can always talk to them about your fucking problems if they truly dedicate time for you, right? Listen to how your life is going. Whenever you feel like talking about it, you can constantly remind them, no, I'm busy. No, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about any of this stuff. You can constantly fucking reject. That's fine. But to pretend that, like, my attention is somehow destructive to her way of life, it's like, wow. It's next level. But it's happened again with someone jumping on my Discord and fucking creating drama of me being jobless. What the fuck is, like, everyone's supposed to suffer right now, huh? Everyone's supposed to get sucked into a time slavery where they don't have time for themselves. I see on TikTok some fucking dude, like, became jobless, and it's like, wow, he discovered a new way of life, it seems. And this way of life is so much better. I can guarantee it's better. And I'm willing to be kind, give my time to other people. Crazy, I know. And no one needs that. You're fucking idiots then. You're idiots. You're supposed to need other people's time. Simple as that. That it's so painful to see idiots fester in their fucking poverty. And appreciate it. Apparently that's somehow a trap, like a low IQ trap for everyone. You gotta get this over your head. Like, again, in Discord, I was accused of, like, well, you're jobless. That must be bad. This must be bad mentality is fucking crazy. But you look from a different perspective of, like, well, yeah. Why would you be jealous when I'm willing to give you my time? I'm willing to talk to you, to hang out with you, whatever, right? What's the big idea here? Why are you so fucking upset? You benefit from me being jobless. I don't understand, dude. So yeah, my ass was like, well, you're spamming me, you're complaining, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I have time to process what's going on. Fully 100%, I don't have desperation. It's just so pathetic. When this gets misinterpreted as bad, as evil, as if I'm supposed to be enslaved. That's the default position. There's no other fucking position. People are insane right now. They do it to sell time for money, but it's like, what the fuck? Are you sure about that? You will still need time at some point. You will still need your time back. You will still need to set yourself free, and if you set yourself free when you... I think it's worth saying how we broke up. Double breakup. She accused me of being bored and spamming to her, basically, when she can just, like, ignore all the messages, I allowing her to do that, and I'm not gonna get more frustrated. But it's almost like she needed a magical exit strategy. Just because she felt uncomfortable or something fucking happening in her brain that makes no fucking sense. But hey, accuse me of being bored. I'm just processing valid information, right? At some point, you are a valid human being because you at least fucking try to exist for at some point in my life. And none of that has value anymore. I mean, she found a boyfriend, so that's great, right? Now everything is icky sticky. But usually people find boyfriends to, you know, create a shield from the outside world. Just, again, it's a poverty mentality. It's so disgusting. You're a pensioner, basically. That is just the most laughable case anyways. Enslavement is still going full force, and technically one of the ways to escape that shit is YouTube, right? Build some kind of business. To escape poverty mentalities, you have to allow self-improvement to the maximum degree, allow yourself to interact with whoever wants to give you attention, and so on, right? I don't know what it's like to be on the receiving end, bro. Never have I ever have anyone interested in me personally. So just like, I'm still in the fucking dark what it's like. And I will never throw a fucking teenage tantrum at someone, but it's possible, right? If you're occupied way too much and something is way out of control, you're probably gonna shut it down kindly, but you're not gonna throw a tantrum anyways. So whatever fucking happened there is unexplainable besides she's evil, then yeah, that explains everything, right? You have to find a platform where you can build a business desperately. And another thing, right? All right, I'm actually occupying this platform. That's not a thing that just makes me less poor, but at the same time, I'm still bottom lining this thing. I'm not truly a businessman on YouTube. My teacher is, which actually is quite a fascinating thing, right? I'm just bottom level. Yes, my teacher at almost 20,000 subs or something. So to me, it's poverty, but I still have a connection, right? I still have a spark. I see what it is when you level up your YouTube game, that you can start working, start earning real money to some extent. You still have to have something tangible you want to sell. Also fundamental, but this abandonment that's going across capitalism doesn't give a fuck about your stupid shit, right? Oh, you're making YouTube videos. Does anyone want to collab? Does anyone want to help? I will pay. If we make it together, I'll pay. If you help me in any way, you'll get some credit too, eventually. But we have to push this channel to a comfortable state. Yes, you want to help with thumbnails or anything else? You'll get a cut. It is what it is. That's what people should be doing with their free time, is helping others who are in fact making money. It's tough. It's tough to like put together out of nothing when the ecosystem doesn't actually exist. The ecosystem of friendship, imagine them together, right? Unless you have someone else in mind that you want to help. But you should pitch in at 1% of effort to the nearest, remote business idea. You should, again, appreciate the opportunity and they don't see it. All right, great. Let's keep going. You can even just pitch in. You're not going to get credit for that, but just like watch my videos. Right? Try and extract value from my videos at least. Be a viewer. Maybe one day you'll wake up and will pitch in after you warm up and brainstorm to yourself like, how could I turn my channel into a business? Who am I supposed to be helping exactly? Right? So the poverty here being displayed is the ability to make money without losing too many resources. Just being able to work on whatever you want to work. Help whoever you want to help. Because you can be enslaved in terms of decision making. Of like, this is when you wake up, this is how long you work, right? This is how hard you work. All these decisions are so crucial for your well-being, for your health, not just your time, for your mood. It's detrimental to try and escape the prison, first and foremost. All right, we can move on to like friendship, poverty, like stress poverty, girlfriend, boyfriend poverty. You can have like sexual poverty. I say stress, I think you can actually still... I didn't actually bother trying to explain what happens when you have these poverties. Usually just your mood tanks. This is the scary thing where it's like you're not capable of being as productive. Technically, it's what you're fighting for. What your research is supposed to do is just make you happy, and happiness is attempting to invest into the future of happiness as well, so like everything is solid happiness eventually. One mood tank is a disorder, it's a health condition. It's not supposed to be happening. It's a problem to be solved. So you have to check the resources right now. If anytime you feel depressed, something's missing, something's falling apart in your life and dragging you down, you gotta check the resources. Have the health poverty. And it's a little bit different. And just awareness alone should make you a little bit more stable. Aspects. Stress poverty can come from like outside sources, like noise. Again, imagine me, like I'm still a smart person and I'm suffering, so like what's going on? Reality might have a tear in reality where reality itself sucks ass. That's something about it sucks in people out of reality and creates destroyers instead. And reality might fall apart. Who knows? People want to pretend that under freedom, the law of freedom, where anything is possible, just infinite money makers are available for you. No, just there are a lot of ways that you can protect yourself, that you can survive, but infinite money makers is a whole different subject. Maybe for women, there's infinite money makers. They're the ones who's supposed to like master that as best as they can. For men, not so much. Again, I think real man just processes pain. That's it. That's where it ends. Because a lot of people want to dump pain. A lot of women just are inclined to dump pain onto white men, right? On their counterparts. we are playing those roles where we're hurting each other just for the sake of it. And the real question is, will they stop, though? Because if they don't stop, then we have reality completely shattered. And right now, they should stop hurting me in actuality. Enough is enough. That's just like crazy. And hopefully, you know, apocalypse ends and everything is like normal again. We can start fresh. Who knows what's going on right now? Who knows? Besides, greed everywhere. Right? The best description I have. One. Noise of all kinds, and no one bothers to actually solve it. Well, this one is a poverty of uneducated people. So if you don't know how to, like... Yeah, so stress is about mostly noise, mostly environmental problems, and health is educational problem. Because you have to know so many things to stay healthy. Keep proper hygiene, how to clean your room properly, what foods to eat, how to exercise, how to respond to health problems. There's so many things based on education. Health is based on education. Stress is based on just like outside sources. Another one of those things that can slow you down. And it's so unfair. Technically, these ones are relationship based. Is that it? Is that where it all ends? You can maybe say experience poverty. I don't think it's fundamental. Although I might be underestimating of how you can grow your self-esteem properly with experience. You can literally pay for your self-esteem at the end of the day. But it mostly should come from your friends, I imagine. It's really hard to tell. I'm probably stretching the limits at this point. But I still need to think of something. Yeah, if you're poor, you probably will still be able to gather experience anyways. Maybe even more so, because it's all about skill. People have skill if they're poor. Has that ultimate killer move. They can at least eat the rich and actually feel the flavor. So that's what you lean into the most, as best as you can. You process your skills over and over again. This is why I'm not motivated by a big number. I'm motivated by my skills. I'm just using my skills. That's just that one thing that rich people don't have, and they have to rely on poor people to extract their skills. Simple as that. Every time I make a video, that's it. And this whole thing is just again improvised, straight out of my ass. Don't have to consult anyone. Don't have to search the internet for advice. Again, it's inspired episode by a toxic person who said they have life figured out. They're rich in so many ways, but when I'm trying to be rich, no, that's a no-go zone. You're rich in time. That's so disgusting, right? That was such a weird relationship in that sense. I get to feel poverty and pain from all these aspects, and I can't even, like... I call it a demon factor, and we're going to talk about this juicy demon factor idea. If someone is supporting demon factors, they're straight up evil. Tiny bit push the girlfriend aspect. The girlfriend-boyfriend aspect is basically partnership, right? Opposite gender partnership. Whichever one happens to happen, it's fine. I do believe you can be friends with opposite gender. Even if your head has this magnet activated and you want to be attracted and get closer, I don't care though. You should be able to be friends. Shouldn't fucking abort reality, this gender roleplay. Given that, like, these are technically the most affected ones, but, like, everything is affected to some extent. But given that people don't want to have a relationship with me, it makes it very interesting, right? What if it's a self-balancing situation where smart people are too smart? Like, we don't need to be friends with smart people. They can figure things out, right? They can be friends with themselves. It gets... I mean, there is potentially a desperation factor as well, where if I'm smart, people want to leave me behind because I will survive. But stupid people will not survive, so they're clinging on and they're desperate for attention, you know? They're the sore losers. And they could die as a result. Kind of weird like that, but I can vibe. It's fine. I mean, I'm doing it. It makes too much sense in a way. I'm friends with myself. That attitude works. If that's what's going on somehow. I can be my own friend and just cope with the rest. It is one of those situations. The moment we give jobs to sore losers, we can finally let them fucking go and stop listening to them. Where stop giving them attention that they don't deserve to begin with. Zero is not exactly the ultimate poverty. The ultimate poverty is to, instead of friends, have enemies. Right? Thieves. When I introduce demon factors, very likely when we solve demon factors, that's it. Capitalism falls apart. It's around who take advantage of you. That's what people want to be most of the time, unfortunately. Well, I can't say that. I can't say that people want to be evil most of the time, but it gets just that scary. When zero wins is the scariest thing. When nothing is better than something, basically victory of the void itself. Avoiding other people is better than dealing with them. But yeah, you cannot just take what's going on the internet for granted. People are attempting to generate some content that you can use. You just can't interact with them directly. If you're smart, you can escape the loneliness, poverty, basically. However, it does become questionable, unfortunately. Like, you can't escape it too much, no matter how smart you are. I mean, I just love the time that I'm spending with myself, self-improving. There's still, like, limits to the whole thing. There's still limits to how much pain I can actually take. Of spending time with myself is still relatively painful. It's dripping, suffering every now and then. And especially when you try to connect with someone and it just, like, fucking tears you apart. Like, how is it so difficult? At some point, I'm telling you guys, there might be a flaw with reality itself. Reality of humanity. That would be the scariest thing. Because there's no peaceful way to solve that problem. This one's way tougher. Without friends, like, you cannot actually solve the stress and health problems easily. That shit drags me down even more. It is technically this. It could also open up experience too. Because, well, relationships. Because, way less likely that bad things are going to happen to you when you have friends. Right? When you're both in this together. Some form of bravery opens up as a result. But there's something else, because you share experience. You try and do different things. And again, it's different. You have to get out of the prison of the zero-win prison, right? The void prison. Meaning that your friend must not be recommending you to drink beer and poison yourself, basically. Because that's not the fucking point. Like, we're supposed to find the best thing we can possibly drink. The most healthiest, the most empowering substance or foods, tastiest, whatever. We're supposed to find that shit. We're supposed to be searching for it collectively. Instead of just, like, defaulting to, well, beer, actually. I decided. It's fucking insane, dude. It's fucking insane where humanity is right now, technically. Holy shit, man. Like, I just want to escape to where, like, there's a little bit of humanity left, because what I had to deal with so far, 0 wins. Death wins. It should be natural to partner up and seek greater goods that are out there. And strategize. Calculate everything. Every move matters. Everything we fucking eat matters. And yet we don't give a fuck. That's crazy, dude. Well, technically that's the end of the story. What else rich people have that a poor person can hardly have? Attention. Ability to express themselves? Like, what is it? Pretty privilege? Yeah, you could say the prettiness esteem, but that's nothing. That's another wobbly bullshit, because skill defeats that. This should be the biggest concern. That you can, like, kickstart your career most of the time by buying important items. You can buy yourself time. You can get hooked on friends for a little bit longer. You can process them a lot better. You can reduce stress significantly. Just like the benefits are surreal of being a rich person. Benefits are surreal of being a rich person. And this one's the scariest one because of the feedback loop. When you can't invest into yourself and into your business, all of a sudden just, like, it automatically cranks up money and converges all the money into itself just for existing. When rich people set something in motion, it just moves so fucking fast. A lot of rich people are also famous at the end of the day. And it's that other way around it that works way too well. To be famous, you likely need to be rich. That is so scary to me that rich people have it so easy, and we drenched in their delusional lifestyle. They can soak up so much attention, so many resources away from us to maintain their richness. And they have to find their fucking schemes. The best we have to do is cancel them. Immediately, the moment rich person is a bitch, we gotta fucking destroy their lives and move on. There should be no tolerance for bullshit behavior by rich people. Because they can easily be replaced. What are you talking about? That's the point. It's not about moral judgment of a person. It's no. Like, if they trip over and they fall down, we kick their fucking asses. That's it. No questions asked. Which is luck-based. But it's a never-ending battle, rich people versus skilled people. It's fine. And rich people have to constantly strip away their delusions to be able to compete in this. So, no more worries. Those are all resources. I hope there's some kind of, like, a deeper meaning behind it, because, again, people have misconception about time. They must have misconceptions here, too. Maybe you could say, like, access. This one's pretty relevant. Access is to certain material. Things tend to get cheaper over time. And you go back 100 years ago, people simply don't have access to any of this shit. So access is usually a time problem, not the money problem. You technically get greater access by improving. It's just pure self-improvement, pure growth. You have access because your self-esteem is capable of withstanding greater punches. So it's not a money problem. I don't know. The biggest stress is housing, of course. It's its own beast. Well, everything can probably turn into enslavement in the end of the day. It's just this one is the most obvious, while the time enslavement is this mob mentality that everyone must not have time for anyone else. That is the normal order of life. We must not have time for each other. That is such brutality, imagine that. while at the same time we just let slavery fester as a form of rent, as a form of incredible taxation by an inanimate object. Just pile of bricks is capable of just squeezing shit out of you. Like that is unbelievable stuff we're talking about. Simple scarcity. Well, I didn't make the decision to be born, by the way. And my parents at least only had one child. Thank God these idiots didn't fucking spill their guts onto the world, man. Because, goddamn, other people did do that. They did baby boom the shit out of uh, humanity itself. Like, what was that? What was that about? And now we are actively living in a shortage situation. We don't have poverty of information. Again, I'm not going to include things that, like, certain things are solved. Right? We have access to some amount of experience. People share experience online. Online resources solve a lot of poverty, actually. A lot of it's just literally charitable. Like music can also calm stress a little bit. And health, well, you simply learn. You simply ask questions on the internet. And you should be able to find answers. So a lot is, in the end of the day, a skill issue. So, but there's, like, again, some factors that you cannot control. So now we're talking about, like, devilish factors. The housing factor. Thank God that didn't fucking happen. Inability to find a job factor is scary. We can pretend it's like a Joker factor. Like, life itself is laughing at you. Like, we don't need you. No one needs you. You cannot do anything valuable. That's such a fucking insane statement that you get from life itself. Why would this be the case? It's insane. You get the loneliness factor of everyone rejecting you for the dumbest of fucking reasons, leaving you alone, even though together we're strong, separated we're weaker. We could be helping each other. And this is just hard shattering factor, bro. Like, these are devil factors, bro, that create an incredible amount of poverty. If we allow these to fester, they will destroy humanity. But it's the last one. I mean, I would love to give credit to sexual factor, but I think the health factor is the most important. The health, stress, something like, or I still don't have it, or something with time. I mean, it is the most disgusting factor. We're being burnt out is somehow the most cheerful thing for everyone. When you're burning yourself out, when you're obliterating your time, dedicating so much time, everyone loves that. Everyone praises that idea, right? People are being pushed to, like, total burnout just for the sake of trying to keep up. But at the same time, it's just normalized, to the point where, like, not being burnt out is evil somehow. This is crazy stuff. These devil factors, and this is technically a good test if you're evil, if you support the devil factors. Evil is going to make you poor. Yeah, technically it is jealousy based. People want a trauma bond of not having enough time. Are you kidding me? Poor, at the end of the day. But this one's a little sneaky, that's why it's devil. It's sneaky because if someone is left alone, they can't just cry into your face because they're not your friends. You don't have a connection with them anymore. No one has a connection. Who are they going to cry to? Game over, right? So they can't complain about something like that they're disconnected from. So interesting, right? But that's the most devastating thing. They can't complain. They can't solve their own problem. Every single one of these can become devastating. How painful it is. Fucking, I'm lucky, bro, to, like, avoid 2 factors. 2 out of 4. And even this one is kind of floppy because I'm still being attacked by stress, because I'm still not living in the correct location. It doesn't matter. Even if you can, in fact, pay your rent, can you move to a better location whenever you feel like it? You have to put those deposits, dude. It's fucking weird, man. You should see that this issue can extend just a little bit. It gets even more scary. Yes, money opening up a ability for passive income, or ability to just have a meaningful, profitable activity. Again, everyone is suffering survival. You gotta wait it out. There's gotta be better days in the future where the fucking dust settles, where the babies stop crying. This could actually be it. I mean, I might have explained the whole thing. But lucky for me, I get to go to sleep and think about it some more. I do love that some frustrations that I have can be translated into, like, very tangible idea or logical matrix. It helps you understand and blame the real fucking issues, or get a proper perspective of, like, am I poor? I'm not poor anymore. I'm fine. If I was poor or too rich, too poor, too rich, it would be a lot more difficult to get self-improvement done, right? I would be rather busy, but still those, like, scary factors. I mean, technically this one is not, like, too deep, so you can say, like, half and a half solved here. The friend factor is fucking tanked like a Titanic. This one's the scary shit. We're a tiny bit of hope coming from, like, my mom, and again, just YouTube as a whole, maybe sparkling around friendship, but it's the worst state. And you could technically blame capitalism right now, but if we're trying to blame capitalism right now for these devil factor, real poverties, real enslavement, really depressive, feels bad. Now, despite saying that friend factor is the most important one, all of these 4 are the fucking pillars, right? You can still be friend with yourself. You can still generally find some kind of activity You can sometimes find time, even while you're working, you can still stay in your head. And there's always a way to reduce stress. But there's the devil factors that completely rip you open for constant pain. So those are 4 resources you have to really think about. And if this one is not clear, again, it's an enjoyable job that's healthy for you, that's not dragging you down, stealing your happiness. And it's always a pain to even go to the job in the first place. No, it's supposed to be smooth sailing. No other way. Anything else is not the correct job, and it's just slightly worse than the final destination of what the resource you actually need. All of these 4 can destroy your life. Too much stress, not enough friends, make or break your life, technically. Make or break. If you have a lot of time, thank God, right? There's always a way just to sneak past these missing pieces, to still continue self-improvement. Just being able to stabilize one of these resources will allow your self-improvement to take place. Until, of course, there's the devilish factor of like complete abandonment, complete inactivity in your life. You have no idea what to do in your life. Like, yeah. I'm not going to expand upon this in this video, technically. If I can, I will. I wanted to expand on friendship because that seemed to be the most dominant one, but I think all of them can make or break everything in your life. Creations that's supposed to be patched immediately when capitalism is out. This should stand out immediately. People complain that they cannot find a job, that they cannot find housing, and that they cannot find friends, and that they cannot find time for anything. They're already complaining. It's just we don't bother solving any of this shit at the moment. Something is blocking our ability to solve the double factors. Something is perpetuating. We're already complaining, so something is missing. We should be able to find the solution, right? Soon enough. If we're all complaining, it's just so close. To me, there's one thing in particular that I'm suspecting. We're not allowed to kill evil people. That might be the factor, guys. Most landlords are evil. Most assholes who hoard friendships are evil. Just like I said, we have to kick rich people while they're down. That might be the only solution. Evil. Most people who don't give jobs are evil. And, obviously, promoting burnout is pretty evil. Alright? Expecting a lot from people, being greedy in general is pretty evil. There's this greed factor, this evil factor, we just allow evil people to run the streets, and we can't do anything about it. We could do this fucking simulations at some point. There's nothing we can do. Everyone's evil, it's like, I guess that's fine. What? That's the fucking problem. Something about capitalism just gives green light to evil because we need freedom really bad. So I think that's the thing. The people run this experiment where a person with a suit falls down and everyone wants to help him. We have to do the opposite. We have to trash that person. Tell them that they're fucking pathetic, basically. And push everyone away from helping that person. No helping rich people. What are you fucking talking about? They should have everything calculated. If they fall down, it's over for them. That might be the only solution we have. Freedom, but evil in the streets. Right? In fact, almost like evil has more freedom. Because they do go outside, they do all the tangible things, do all the weird shit that other people, not even rich people, can't do. It's crazy. That should be the next topic of what's going on with that dynamic. Why is evil allowed? Just run around, unchecked. No one's stopping it. That is so mad. Still mad. We're not talking just the streets alone. We're talking YouTube. I'm trying to make one video and then another video idea is born. Suffering from pure cancer. Evil is crawling all over YouTube as well. No one's addressing those issues. No one's even trying. Capitalism is so weird when it comes to this shit. Giving the conclusion that policing doesn't actually solve evil in any satisfying way, it creates a fucking messy situation. Where sometimes even a good person can get policed, rather. You don't even know what the fuck's going on. Is police supposed to catch the bad guys? It's more like it's supposed to catch anyone who stands out too much. Too active, alright? Too out of line, too unusual for the public. Right? Some things public has just accepted as reality. It is what it is. We obviously have to stop crime. We have to stop true evil from destroying things. But general evil, We can't do that. We can't figure that out properly fast enough. Generally, well, nah. We can't hold people suspects. None of this, like, undetermined stuff is going to be analyzed. You just gotta let it go and enjoy freedom while it's there, because freedom is going to shut down. And only then we can start solving problems like that, because, again, that's the equation. Somehow we needed freedom really badly. Next season. Desperation for freedom. And technically, maybe freedom allows us to create amazing things. I don't know. I give credit not to capitalism for creating good things, but for government for creating safety. Capitalism technically maybe enables some kind of survival instinct that everyone has to get this thing. Everyone get this thing right now. Survival instinct to follow the maybe like we can call self-improvement trends. Get the latest iPhone trends. I mean, it is what it is. A good thing that like really helpful is going to spread very quickly under capitalism. There might be a little bit more noise in other situations, but capitalism really appreciates anything survival related. Technically, even the number go up is a survival situation because you have to keep pumping videos onto the same channel, almost like with the same style too. Shit. Friends can destroy so many things. Not having friends is so ridiculous. It's technically the first thing you have to invest money into. Surround yourself with friends. Fucking dangle money over and over again, but gotta surround yourself with friends. I'll tell you one more factor what's going on here. Access. There is a type of access that is important, and it's access to services. You need that. You need to know what access you have. And the best way to do it is through friends. Through trusted sources. You can untangle what services you have. What works and what doesn't. So now it's fucking scary because, shit, the friendship poverty is the worst one? Is that what we're talking about? Well, yeah. One thing doesn't leave my brain, and it's like, for every friend you have, you're 2% richer, basically. Scientific fact being thrown around. Very believable. Makes all the sense, right? It's one of the ways, one of those poverty factors that make you even richer when you solve. But the less stress you have, the longer you live. So you have to think about it. Is 2% richer better than stress? Like, no. Or the more time you have, the more you get to live in general. All of these 4 resources are the most fucking fundamental of them all. This first. Holy shit. The first thing to solve. Right? And probably it has some kind of sexual tension too. Like, why not? Through friends you can find. It basically has everything. Interactions. It kind of creates even more mystery. What the fuck is this even about? But at the same time, yeah, I do think so. That you have greater access to that. Because you almost want to keep people away from partnerships. Partnerships are messy and they close you off from having connections in general amount of connections. It's great when it happens, if it happens naturally. It's great. But it does seem like one thing is better than the other. Friendships are better than partnerships. When it comes to battling poverty, absolutely. Because I see so many families just kind of giving the vibe of isolation, self-preservation, self-bubbling. I don't know, man. This one's weird to me. At the same time, it's like, what does that even mean, partnership? Because it would mean all the other things, too. How is this an even exclusive resource? And I guess it is being used in a toxic way when people say, well, I have a boyfriend. So, we can be friends. That's the whole fucking point. Don't start as boyfriend and girlfriend. That's not the starting point. The starting point is friend zone. Put me in that friend zone, please. What are you talking about? You have a boyfriend. I don't care about that shit. People use it in a toxic way to protect themselves. Or rely on someone financially. Lean onto someone. Sell themselves off. This is also smelling of a devil factor of some kind. But you must understand, you must invest into this bullshit for the sake of love. That's it. You know, you want to match with someone really badly. And you both need to play those different yin-yang roles. You've got to roll with each other. Got to find that opposite side. You just got to have that in life. And that's definitely not poverty. All right. Eventually, yeah, I do see it that having a partner is very uplifting. Different perspective in life. Because again, like, people using it as a shield or a resource, expendable resource, or just like settling down on it deeply, like that's very unsettling stuff. They just misinterpret the whole resource too much. The way you use those resources is that much success you're capable of achieving. Resources is everything. Everything you have is a resource. That's where everything is stemming from. Oh, and this explains if you fucking cut this artery and become unreachable, you know, the friendship artery gets cut. That's it. That severes you from most of wealth. That's it. This one will fucking destroy your life. We just got a confirmation real quick. And guess what? My life is literally destroyed. Why is it destroyed? Not because I'm not acknowledging. And again, I can't do desperation. Desperation does not work. What works is money. Money will attract friends. Even if it's fake friends, you still get a chance to audition them for the role. Funny enough. They could still be good for something. Well, you do you guys. Dangle that money. Get those friends. It's the best starting point, if anything. That's how Mr. Beast became the most successful person. He told his success story. It's just that. Got a bunch of friends. Yeah, that's it. That's not even that deep. That's the fucking code, bro. I don't know, something like a loosen up. It feels like a resource. To not take things too seriously, to where like you end up in silence and unable to say anything. Yes, it's a resource. You have to feed money into it and buy a lot of drugs to loosen up. Obviously, haha. It's technically self-esteem thing, but it's like loosen up to like avoid paralysis. People need to do that. It's almost like if you learn this skill, you can mingle with rich people very quickly because they're all loosen up. Like no problem. But you know they have to pass through filter after filter, have to pay for drinks and pay for vacation resorts, whatever, right? Like they are protected. They're loosened up in their own little territories with expensive items surrounding them, right? So it's not easy to mingle just with the attitude alone. It's just you kind of need to achieve that. With enough experience, again, you can still loosen up of like, well, what's the worst that can happen, right? Just fucking send it. So I think it's actually a real resource. Just like we unlocked access to services, becoming more loose, I mean, becoming more interactive with the world, just saying hi to people sometimes can make tremendous amount of progress in your life, right? Because we're talking about friend resource. If you have that power to go outside and say hi and make friends, I mean, that you gotta fucking full blast that shit, man. Again, build that tree of resources stemming from this one point. I mean, that the real stem is you and your ability to make friends, your skills of making friends and maintaining friendships. So that it's like a deeper root to a mysterious skill. Yeah, it is so fucking annoying to like double break up with my ex, knowing that we both end up richer having a friendship. But no, not on her watch. I had to sleep. Still have a couple more minutes, I guess. When I show you what the first episodes about TikTok and the people that are supplying with useful insights, I'm not pulling that shit out of my ass. This is technically friendship material simulation of what it's like to be friends and receiving advice. Right? Just random advice that's relatively useful. And I don't know, like people have different TikTok feeds to the point where I'd simply have to collect all the advice and compile them. I have to do that. Any conclusions? Did I came up with any conclusions? Not really. I just know life is fair and worth living, worth trying. And also, this is probably like more like a family thing. I don't know. It's very hard to like put family in there just because, what, are you gonna add children as your partners? That's weird. That's just weird, man. We definitely don't want poverty to cripple people and throw them in a trash bin just because. Yes, the fact that overworking even exists as a source of death, basically, in Asian countries. Yeah, great stuff, right? This shouldn't be a concept in reality, but it is. All we can do is be more sensitive towards that. I just personally am projecting that I have these values, that's it. If anyone needs help, they could end up making a pretty nice video if they need help, actually. Usually the best advice is to, or the best ending is to just like, get mad. You're supposed to get your friends, and whoever stands in your way is your enemy. Because there might be people who do in fact stand in your way. That's how they keep you poor at the end of the day. Isn't that interesting? Anyone who is not friendly is also keeping each other poor, because again, poor people are supposed to work together for this one. This is the fucking artery that people can cut really badly. And everyone is still in rock bottom, including myself. Can I go outside? What's the point? What the fuck is the point? And at some points, making friends in the most basic way, like, you completely suck. You can't make... If I was to give colors, I might switch into this. And friendship would just be something like this. Because it's a lot of things. Just being friendly and making more and more friends. I mean, it's not always the most stable resource. It can be a lot of benefits, but a lot of downsides too. So it depends. What is the fallback in that sense? And this is activity. This is the smart people material to have a job. So, yeah. I think those are the correct colors, making the 4 elements and the 4 demon factors. Friends with children anymore, right? You shed your friends and it's over. It's a torment level poverty forever. Where's the way out? There is no positive message for you guys. Because I can't solve a problem of just brain rot. Brain rot tantrums and just completely inconsiderate behavior that destroys all of this. What keeps us poor is actually extremely simple in the end of the day. And brutal. To the point where I'd rather just tell me what is the revenge plan. It's too late to actually solve the problem properly. Well, you know that I will study this very deeply, what's going on. I know a lot of relationships rot, but well, revenge plan is to not let rich people fucking talk too loud. It's such a fucking crazy phenomenon. Rot in the hands of capitalism. People care only... Rich people that you don't respect should be trampled. That is one and only revenge plan, and it just seems to work wonderfully. Because when rich people are very scared, they shed delusion really fast. They care about each other that much at all. They don't see each other as collectibles, which would be the fucking least you can do. Is get as many friends on your side as possible. And some people are harder to get on your side than others. But to me, I'm just like, why would I care? They're impossible to deal with. Like, most people who are just lower level, in general, they're completely insane people. They just go berserk, go evil. They're completely incapacitated from friendship. You just don't have the skills. Like, I don't understand it. I don't have a positive message, unfortunately. It's not up to you, but life is. Life can be pain for a very, very long time. Now, mostly friendship cuts off here, because you need friendship for fame. Meaning capitalism, corporatism, once you transcend that, you don't exactly need friends, and having friends probably drag you down to some extent. It's fine, right? You do you at some point. You learn morality, you grind, and the best... Morality has reached me and elevated me to a next level, so that's good. It exists. Revenge is that you learn more than anyone else, and they have to catch up and fucking throw tantrums when they can't fucking do it anymore, because he's too far ahead. But if they were your friends, you would help them, and that's it. That's the whole proposition in that sense. And beyond that point, you wouldn't just help them, you would fix their biggest problem in life that they have. Very likely you can fix a giant problem, or a giant self-improvement void. Morality is just a wonderful thing to learn, but spirituality can untangle invisible shackles. I understand that not every friend is valuable, because not every person is valuable. But this mystery is yet to be solved, and potentially capitalism explains friendship is required. For now, I have to go. Technically, there was no happy ending, but there is. Like, conclusions are being made. We know how to take revenge. You also need to know how to do charity. Alright, how to consume charity. You know, the biggest goal is survival. You don't have to worry about anything else, just be happy that you will live the next day. And technically, to be able to hold grudge on people who are acting as rich, acting as if they don't need you, acting as if friendship makes them poorer, as if someone else's time is a nuisance. If they're festering devil factors, you need to be aware of that shit now. Again, charity exists. There exist rich people who are nice. And it's nice to listen to their music, watch their movies, and just live their lives through their media. It is what it is. That's all we have in the end of the day. You spawn in a random fucking location, you have to grasp on that charity, you gotta grasp on survival. And everything else will come later, when the dust settles, it feels like. Hopefully I'm correct about the future, but future, you know, is uncertain. What is certain is the present, and we are more aware about it. That's all I can do in these episodes. But maybe if we were close, I could give you some spiritual advice, untangle you from serious problems that you are in. Who knows? Hit me up. Let's try that too. In case you feel the same thing I feel, is that friendship will make us richer in the end of the day. Bye-bye.